knew I couldn't trust you, you filthy mongrel.
Guys, he didn't do it, I swear!
Get out of the way, dog.
No, you bastards!
I'm Stewie. That day, they were driving to the bar in Peter's car, but the town behind them was completely dark, not a single light anywhere. Then suddenly, a bright light appeared ahead, rushing straight toward them. Before they could react, Peter was already in the hospital. Everything around him felt strangely quiet. The hallway outside was a mess, like everyone in the world had vanished. Peter shouted for a long time. Finally, 3 figures walked out of the rooms: a tall, skinny man, a large man in a wheelchair, and a talking Labrador. None of them remembered anything. They could not even remember their own names. Then walked out of the hospital together. A dead, silent world waited outside. How did the world become like this? Who were they really? They needed answers, so they wandered through the town aimlessly. Then suddenly, the Labrador found a badly damaged red car. He smelled something familiar. Clearly, the 4 of them had ridden in that car before. The disabled man opened the glove box and found the registration papers. The owner's name was Peter. The Labrador noticed a dent on the steering wheel. It matched the fat man's face perfectly. That proved it. The fat man was Peter. The registration also listed Peter's address. They followed it and finally found Peter's house. Right then, the Labrador picked up another familiar scent. He found it near the neighbor's mailbox. He was sure he had used that spot many times before. That meant this was his home. He led the tall, skinny man inside. There was a photo hanging on the wall. At that moment, both the man and the dog found their identities. The man was Quagmire, and the Labrador was Brian. They told Peter what they found. At the same time, the disabled man also discovered who he was. Even though they now knew their identities, the mystery behind humanity's disappearance was still unsolved. We gathered inside Peter's house, trying to decide what to do next. Peter said he needed the bathroom and told us to wait for him. That was when Joe noticed an old newspaper on the wall. So they rushed back to Quagmire's house to discuss a plan. Humanity's disappearance was connected to Peter. He might be some kind of alien life form. Now, we had to find a way to stop him. Otherwise, our lives could be in danger too. Brian found Peter and started stalling for time. Soon enough, the two became close friends. Then suddenly, a car engine sounded outside. It was Quagmire and Joe returning with weapons. Brian realized he could not stop them, so he decided to lure Peter outside and let them handle it themselves. Peter already knew the truth. The two tried escaping through the back door, but Joe and Quagmire were already waiting there. Brian kept swearing Peter was a good person, but Joe and Quagmire refused to listen. Without hesitation, Joe pulled the trigger. At the critical moment, Brian stepped forward and blocked the bullet meant for Peter. When Brian finally woke up, he found himself lying on a strange machine. Peter and the other two were standing nearby. I walked over with admiration on my face and told Brian this whole thing was an experiment. Before this, Brian always believed Peter never saw him as a real friend. The results proved, no matter what kind of world they were placed in, Peter and Brian would always become loyal partners.
Wow, so we really were meant to be friends.
I guess you were, yes.
So, are they gonna remember any of this?
No, I'll wipe out their whole day. It'll be like it never happened.
Wow.